So one of our guys, Mongo, he's started going to the gym, and that's kind of spurred, I guess, his girl to start working out as well, or at least, you know, kind of eating better. And he came in and asked Colin, he said, you know, so I heard it's a good idea to eat oatmeal because it pulls fat from your body. And Colin says, no, that's not the case. And he said, well, she's eating a lot of celery because it, you know, reduces your water weight. And, you know, Colin's got a bunch of schooling behind him and science and stuff, and he said, no, that's not the case either. But it's just, it's funny the things we hear and just take, you know, you hear people say it over and over and you just take it to be true. And just the little myths and shit, the things we want to believe rather than doing, you know, common sense shit. We'll do just off the wall shit because, you know, you've heard people say it over and over or whatever. There is no real, there's not any pill you can take to not be fat or pill you can take to be in shape or healthy. And really, most of the shortcuts for that make you unhealthy anyways. So
yeah, there are no magical fixes. It's all up to you. It's always been funny to me whenever I got into fitness and nutrition, people tell me all these crazy ideas they would have as to what could do what. And whenever he told me that, it's the funniest thing. People are like, oh, it's my water weight. And I had a coach, Justin Sweeney, who told me long ago, he was like, if you can pinch more than an inch, it's not water, because water doesn't do that. And so if it stacks up under your fingers like that, you can pretty much guarantee it's fat. And often, like with Mongo, he said, well, it's this lower bit, and that's the hardest part to lose, that's just water. I was like, no, that's just fat. And it's an interesting, deceptive tool that the general public tells people, like, oh, it's just my water weight, I'm not really fat, it's just water. Like, no, you're fat, and it's okay.
It's like, how many times have you see something on TV about, you know, some piece of equipment you're going to buy for 3 payments of $35 or whatever, to help you do the perfect abs? Well, you can do abs all you fucking want. If you're fat and you do abs, you're going to be fatter. Yeah. You see those, there's all those dudes, and there's a few, you know, women in the gym that look pregnant because all they do is abs. Yeah. Why do they do abs? Because they can sit on that fucking machine and fucking peck back and forth to each other and just do their shit. We got 2 dudes and, you know, 3 girls at the gym. Those motherfuckers will be there before we get there and be there after we leave. And they've done like two sets, and they're fucking constantly, all they do is sit, that or they do the fucking hip and ab flex of the hip abductor things. Fucking, they're there to hang out, and they use those machines because you can fucking sit on them and not work out.
If you want abs, do cardio and diet. That's every bodybuilder in the world, every real fitness athlete will tell you that. That's how you get abs. Abs aren't made by doing crunches. Abs aren't made by that. Their abs are always there. They're just not visible. They're not there because you have fat.
It's just like vascularity when you start to have those veins. What is it, 11%, 12%?
Yeah,
or
once
so?
you get down there, depending on the body and the muscular density of that body, but you don't have that because you were stronger. You have that because you were leaner. Strong people don't have veins. Lean people have veins.
And like when we say, you know, when I say fat, that's not poking at some dude who's overweight. It's just fucking, that's just what society says. And if you get offended by that, do something to change it.
If you're not happy with it, do something to change
it. Like
I'm
not happy. Like I feel like I am fat. Like I make an effort to stand erect, and I'm conscious of how I look on film. And when you see yourself, you know, fucking make changes to do something about that. And it starts. I mean, look how many people on our Facebook page constantly every day say, hey, I tried that meal, or I did this, or I did that. Or how many emails we get every day going, man, thanks for the, you know, posting that. That just, it was that little bit of, you know, spur I needed to go and do something different. And it doesn't come overnight. Like it's a lifestyle. Like you have to constantly do it. We come in here every morning and cook breakfast for those people because that gives me accountability. At 9 o'clock, I start prepping up breakfast to feed everybody up here because that way I eat it as well. And it's just little shit. Here's all the, you can see right here, here's our chicken and our meat and stuff from leftovers. Here I've got a bunch, 3 different kinds of meat, some patties, some chicken patties that Amanda eats, some steak, and some chicken breast cut up. Peppers out of the garden, a little bit of apple left over from the oatmeal will give it some crunch. I've got some tomatoes. This is all shit we just had in the refrigerator that was left over or we pulled out of the garden.
Important thing behind that. How long did it take you to prep that? A couple minutes.
Like, yeah, about four or 5 minutes. We prepped all this up, and I did it just so that I wasn't, you know, so
and
you
this
could
is
see
this is
it.
for like a bunch of people. Eating healthy is just a choice. He made the choice to do it. He made the choice since I've been here to start eating better, and it pays off. Like in the end, people always ask me like, well, if I'm gonna do a diet from you, or if you're gonna do a diet from a coach, I'm gonna pay this. What am I gaining? You know, well, one, you're gonna look better, but you're gonna live longer. You're gonna be healthier. You're gonna have less sickness, less body problems, things like that. Eating healthy, we're just like cars. We get whatever we put in. If you put in good fuel, you're gonna get a lot of performance out of it. If you put in a bunch of crap, you're not gonna get shit out.
I mean, yeah, modern medicine and science. I mean, do you really think they're interested in curing cancer? Do you think, like just devil's advocate, do you think if some dude came up with a cure for cancer tomorrow, that would go fucking public? It wouldn't, because there's too much fucking money out there being made on drugs and keeping people alive. They give you a drug and you need another drug to keep you alive from the first drug they're giving you. You got to take care of yourself. Nobody's going to fucking do it. You have to take care of you and your family, and it all starts, it's just like they want you on the systems. They don't want you doing a garden and producing for yourself. It's too easy to get welfare. Once they got you on welfare, then they have track of you. I mean, it's the big conspiracy theorist, but there's something to all of that. All those little pieces together. If you're self-sufficient and don't need the government and don't need handouts and you don't have to rely on them, you're stronger. They don't want that. They don't want a strong citizenship, strong populace. They want you on the medical system. They want you on all that shit. So, you know, you gotta make that choice to do that for you.